When you're in your 20s and thinking about getting married, finances are probably not a big consideration. It's all about love, right? And that's good. But when you are thinking about getting married or remarried later in life, you have a whole lot more than the guest list to plan for. Here to explain is my law partner, Mike Solomon.
Hi, Lori.
Hey, Mike. So what should we be thinking about when we're planning for a later marriage or remarriage?
Well, you need to think about the value of your MBA. That stands for money, benefits, and adult children.
Okay, well, let's start with the M, the money.
Well, as you mentioned, if you're in your 20s, presumably you don't have a lot of money, but as you get older in life and let's say a second marriage, you may have more money, and the two new spouses may be in a completely different financial situation. So if you're getting married to someone, they may have already a divorce decree that says that they have to give half their pension benefit away and maybe half their life insurance and half all of their assets away. So what you need to do if you're going to get married, a second marriage, let's say, is ask to see the divorce decree, to see what sort of economics are there. And also, you might want to look at their credit rating to see, if they have any debts. You don't want any strange surprises.
Ooh.
Now, I know that's a tough thing. You don't want to say,
really tough.
Honey, I love you, and by the way, let me see your credit report. But you really ought to look into that so you're not in any unfortunate surprises.
Okay, criminal checks and anything like that?
That's right. That's right.
So the next letter is B in MBA, and that stands for benefits, you said. So tell us about that.
Well, public programs like Social Security might be impacted on a second marriage. You may lose your ability to use your prior spouse's Social Security benefit for your benefit. Or, another common situation is a second marriage. Let's say the husband goes into a long-term care facility. He can't qualify for Medicaid until almost all of your assets are used up, the assets that you bring to the marriage also. Mm-hmm. So it's a factor that people have to think about.
Yeah, Medicaid can absolutely, in their regulations, ignore prenuptial agreements, so that doesn't even help.
That's right. A lot of people don't realize that.
Big impact. The last in MBA is an A, which means adult children.
Right. So let's say you have each the spouses have prior marriages, prior children. On your death, you say, I want to provide for my second spouse. Let's say live in the house. Maybe provide all the assets that you've built up to be used for the second spouse during their life, but you want the money to come back, your money to come back to your children. Many people don't think about that. They provide that their second spouse inherits the assets, and then what happens? Second spouse changes the will, says everything goes to my children, and your children have been written out mostly unintentionally.
And there's no law that says they can't change the will at
That's right.
the death of the second, right?
And that happens quite often.
Quite often. All right. So marriage in your autumn years is usually much more complicated than when you're a spring chicken. You should speak with an experienced lawyer before tying the knot. Pursuing this MBA will give you a degree of certainty about your financial future.
Call Budish, Solomon, Steiner, and Peck at 1-888-236-5173 for more information or to schedule a speaker for your organization. Or log on to www.bssplaw.com.
Thanks for joining us. On next week's show, if you're particularly forgetful in your 50s, is there cause for concern? We'll offer understanding of early onset Alzheimer's. We'll drive home the keys to determining if mom or dad should put their car in park. Plus, we'll share tricks on how to properly treat your teeth, and we'll aid in evaluating your estate plan. But until then, please remember to make the most of your golden opportunities.
Would you like to join our kitchen conversation? All you have to do is call toll-free 1-877-765-1543 and leave us your question, name, and phone number. Or log on to www.golden.tv for all the latest information and show updates.